I am at the portion of these assignments in a module 3 where I'm thinking of what do I want to put on my dashboard. So one thing I wanted to show was a percentage, because that's always cool to look at a percentage, and I'm deciding whether I should use my table on my dashboard or a chart on my dashboard to show percentage. And I think at this point, based on the other large size tables, I probably want to use my table on the dashboard. One thing I want to show you here is how I made this a little smaller to make it make it easier to read, and then easier to create a slicer as well. And all I did was use Middle Tennessee and total per county for this one. So what I did on this other page, I'll show you on Rutherford wages, is I created another line that said total per county because I was thinking what I would want to show on my dashboard. So this, you'll notice, is just a sum. If you look up in the Formulist bar there, just a sum, because I want to create my percentages differently over here rather than using the percentage of the equation that we did on the Rutherford page right here. This is from our equation. I'm going to use a tool called value field settings. So I'll go to the bottom here and it says sum of total, and to create my percentages I clicked on value field settings, and you notice it says sum, but one thing I did was went here to show value field settings. So if I click on my drop down menu, I could click no calculation, OK, and all my numbers would go back to their original. But I want to show my percentage, so I'm going to click value field settings, show values, and on this particular one I want to do percentage of grand total. You can also make up, and I think this option is really cool, percentage of whatever you want that to be a percentage of. So you can create your own and create your own macro there. So we'll talk about macros here in a second too. So what else? Let's click OK. And there we go. Now we have our percentage. The other thing, if I'm thinking I want to use this on my dashboard, well, sum of total per county percentage, that makes no sense. So we want to tell people what they're looking at, and I can just go up into my formulas bar to change this and go to and say this is a percentage of wages per, because we have our county over here, we don't have to say per county. We could say per overall total, per grand total, percentage of wages by all counties, something like that. So I will come back to this later to figure out something to make sense. But there you go. Now you have your value field settings options.